YouTube, how's it going? The Goat House is back. Today I got score predictions for every NFL game in Week 13. Also taking a look at the spreads for these games, seeing if there's any worth putting some money on. Do this video every single Wednesday. We have straight up picks every Tuesday night, power rankings. We got all kinds of NFL content here, college football content as well. So join us, like, subscribe, turn notifications on, follow our Twitter. There's a link down below for that Twitter and some recent videos pinned in the comments as well. Check it out. Live updates on Twitter, definitely worth looking into there. We much appreciate it. Thursday night game. Yeah, I was thinking this was going to be, a little closer than what the line was going to be in terms of the score, but the line ends up being 4.5, obviously. So Vegas is also thinking to be pretty close. But I got the Cowboys winning 23-17, so I got them winning by 6. Taysom Hill is likely to go for the Saints. I guess they got to check out his foot, see if he checks out, if he's good to go. But that's kind of a game plan hurdle for the Cowboys because maybe they weren't expecting that. And you got to deal with Taysom Hill and what they're going to throw at you. I still don't think the Saints, score up really run up the points here because I think the Cowboys will figure it out, kind of stack the box, kind of force them to throw downfield. But the Cowboys' offense has been pretty inconsistent recently. Saints, I still like their defense, even though they've been giving up more points. I think it's a very solid defense. They're going to stop the run. That's what they do. I think they're going to limit Zeke and Pollard and then force the Cowboys into pass situations. But the Cowboys could pass, but when they're in those predictable situations, that's when they've been a little underwhelming in the pass game. So I think the Saints could put them in those situations, but the Cowboys are just a much better team right now. So I think they're going to pull it out. And again, we'll keep an eye on if Hill or Simeon are starting. If Simeon's starting, I think it's a bigger victory for the Cowboys. A little easier to game plan for that. So I got the Cowboys. Yeah, I was surprised how low the line was there, but I got it around there still. I just figured I'd be having it a closer game than what the line would be. Next up, we got the Bucks and the Falcons. I got a pretty easy win here for the Buccaneers, 34-20. Yeah, I think they'll get enough offense going. It seems like to beat the Bucks, you kind of got to attack the sidelines. They play a lot of soft coverage. Corners playing too far off, in my opinion, and that's kind of the way to go. Falcons haven't been having too much success doing that. It's kind of just over the middle of the field. Cordero Patterson, the run game, the pass game, get him some end arounds. Even when they get Russell Gage going, it seems to be over the middle of the field. Zacchaeus, same thing. So I don't know if their strengths match the Buccaneers' weakness. I think they get a little bit of offense going here, maybe from Cordero, but the Buccaneers will do enough. I do like the way the Falcons' defense has been playing. I just think the Buccaneers are going to get a lot of chances here, and they're going to attack downfield, get the receivers going more than last week, so they'll cover here, win by 14. Cardinals and Bears, I'm thinking a little lower scoring on this one because it's going to be, Kyler Murray likely his first game back in a while. They had a bye week. Maybe they got to knock a little bit of rust off. It's not like it's the first game of the year, but you get what I'm saying. Maybe a quarter here, a couple series, but it's also going to be the Cardinals' first cold game of the year, and that's actually a thing. You look at all the NFL teams, every year playing in their first cold game outside. Obviously, they got to adjust a little bit. So I don't expect too much scoring. I really like the way the Cardinals defense has been playing. So I like the way they match up against the Bears defense. This could be an opportunity for the Bears to take one at home in the cold. I just don't think they have enough here. The Cardinals defense is going to do it. Their offense can make that extra play. So I got them winning 23-13, a low-scoring game. They're favored by 8 points, so it's right around there. It's a little tricky. You probably think that they would be favored by a lot more, but I think it's that cold factor, maybe a little bit of rust to knock off, not a lot, but I think those kind of factor in as well. Why it makes sense to me that the Cardinals are favored by only 8, even though it's kind of a lot for the NFL. Chargers-Bengals got some high scoring in this one. Bengals are rolling right now. They're going to slip up at one point, kind of like they did a few weeks ago, more than a few weeks ago, but they dropped 2 in a row. But I like the Bengals here. I like them scoring 33-24. And the Chargers get some offense going in this one. It seems like you can game plan. Good defenses can game plan for the Chargers, and the Bengals got a pretty good defense, but I think Herbert will have a solid game here, and they'll score 24. They're going to have a hard time stopping this Bengals offense, in my opinion, because we know they can't stop the run against pretty much anybody. They limited the Steelers for some reason, but Joe Mix has been running wild. Their run blocking is much improved, so they got to worry about that. But then the Bengals can air the ball out with all those weapons on you as well. So it's going to be so tough for the Chargers defense to stop them. They're going to have to get their hands on the ball. They're going to have to get some strip sacks. They're going to have to get some interceptions. Maybe one of each will do the trick. That definitely could do the trick. But I got the Bengals, just too much offense for the Chargers. But, yeah, Burrow's been, both these quarterbacks, very, very good young quarterbacks. they have that potential to have some mistakes, have some turnovers, and that could decide this game. If Herbert has more turnovers than Burrow has more turnovers than Herbert, I should say, or the opposite. That could decide the game, obviously. But I really like what the Bengals got right now. I really like what they got going. Chargers are tough to trust. Again, I keep saying it's a team that could beat anybody but lose to anybody. Vikings, Lions. I got the Vikings by exactly what the line is, 27-20. Sounds like the Vikings will get Michael Pierce back, and that's actually a big one for this game, their nose tackle, because team's been running all over the Vikings. The Lions run pretty well. Michael Pierce coming back, that slows it down a little bit, and then we find out DeAndre Swift will miss a few weeks, so I kind of side towards the Vikings, but yeah, their defense is still playing pretty poorly, so the Lions get some points going here, but the Vikings just got too much on offense here, so they'll win by 7. I'm sure this game will be interesting at some point probably, but yeah, I got them winning 27-20. Giants, Dolphins. I got the Dolphins winning a defensive battle, 17-13, so right around the line. Sounds like Glennon will go. We kind of heard that last night, but then earlier today, Joe Judge is saying that Daniel Jones is not ruled out. He's going to practice. He has a shot to play, so maybe he's just trying to throw the Dolphins off. Who knows? I think Daniel Jones is better than Mike Glennon, even though is it that much of a difference, but I do think he's better. But I don't know. I don't really think it's going to change this game that much. It's just two very good defenses. These two very good defenses are going to slow down the opposing offenses, no matter who's at quarterback. So I think it's a lower scoring game. I'm definitely going to trust the Dolphins here. I think they're going to blitz the crap out of whoever is at quarterback for the Giants, and that'll be the difference in this one. Dolphins offense has been getting going a little bit recently. I like to see that. I really like the way the Giants defense is playing. Love the way the Dolphins defense is playing. So again, defensive game, 17-13 Dolphins. I like the Eagles here. They're only favored by, it's kind of a lot, but favored by a touchdown here. I like them to take care of business. They disappointed last week, terrible offensive outing. It was against the Giants defense, one of the hottest defenses in football. It's well known as a very good defense. The Jets, maybe the defense playing a little better because it was a few weeks there where it was the worst in football, but you can run on the Jets. The Eagles are right now, maybe the best rushing team in football between Hurts and we'll see if Jordan Howard plays, but whether it's Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, I think they'll have tremendous success running the ball, and that makes things easy, and that makes their passing game better. When they don't have a running game, their passing game isn't good. When they have a running game, their passing game is pretty good. So I'm confident the Eagles scoring it up like they were kind of before last week. And their defense has played a lot better. Their defense has been playing a lot better. So, and the Jets, good momentum win last week, some promise there for Zach Wilson and company. I just don't see them scoring it up. They'll get around 16 points there, but I'm confident with the Eagles in this one. I'm confident them getting back going offensively. Very confident with the Colts, too. I'm surprised this is in single digits. I'm trying to figure out what I'm missing here. Usually when it's the surprising lines, how is this single digits? Usually Vegas is on to something that we really don't know about, but I like the Colts in this one by a lot. Colts offense is rolling right now, even though they lost last week. That offense is rolling. Their defense creates turnovers. They make plays. The Texans are calling plays like they don't want to win games. So they're not going to have too many scoring opportunities or scoring type plays, in my opinion. So I got the Colts rolling over them on this one, 34-13. So I like that -9 there, but I'm trying to figure out what I'm missing. It is kind of a large spread, but I feel like it should be double digits. Washington and Las Vegas. Here I got a tight game. We got a squeaker. I got a 1-point game, 27-26 Raiders. It's pretty much a toss-up. I figured the line would be about even. It's kind of close, but it's 2.5. Raiders favored, obviously. I'm going to pick the Raiders in this one. It's really a toss-up, though, because Washington's red hot right now, and a big reason is they're dominating the time of possession. They're keeping the offenses on the sideline. They're keeping their offense on the field. They're rolling the clock. They're getting physical. They're pounding the football. And they're able to winning the passing game as well. Heineke's been clutch. Terry McLaurin's getting going. They got Logan Thomas back, Curtis Samuel back. They're getting going. The Raiders, they got hot last week. That seems either hot or it's cold. They're starting, maybe starting to get hot after that last game against the Cowboys. Offense clicking again. So I think their offense has just enough success, just to make that extra play to win this game here. Their defense isn't playing as well as it was earlier in the year. Maybe Washington's getting better, but I'll take the Raiders in this one at home. It just seems like when they get in their groove, they continue that groove. They're always going on streaks, whether it's winning or losing streak. They're on a 1-game win streak, which isn't too much of a streak here. If it was in Washington, I'd probably go Washington because it's that close of a game. And we'll see if Washington can keep rolling here because they're on a mega streak right now. They're looking pretty good. So I'm excited about that one because that could go either way. Jaguars and Rams. This is a good one for the Rams to get back on track. 28-13. Jaguars defense has been playing a little better, so I don't think the Rams will go too crazy better than what they've been. But in terms of protecting the ball, I don't think the Rams get too crazy offensively. I could see their defense putting them in position to score, maybe scoring. I think their defense has a big game in this one. Jacksonville Jaguars just can't get much going on offense, really. That's really the difference here. So bounce back game for the Rams. I got them 28-13 here, and they are favored by 13. So they're favored by double digits. They're favored by a lot here. It's just really, can we trust the Jags offense to score enough points in this game? That's kind of the question. Team's been creating turnovers in the Rams, though. Maybe, and the Jags defense is getting better, so maybe they start making plays on the defensive side of things there. Ravens, Steelers, it's a tough one. I can see the Ravens winning by a ton. I can see them winning like about this, or I can see the Steelers winning pretty close as well. Seems like the Steelers always have a pretty good game plan for Lamar, even if Lamar has success on him or not. It seems like they have a pretty good game plan for him. Steelers like to blitz. Maybe they haven't been too effective blitzing this year as they were maybe last year, but they like to blitz. The Dolphins blitz game just shut down the Ravens offense, so that could be a factor here. But I like the Ravens. It seems like the Steelers defense is a little more vulnerable, a lot more vulnerable than it has been in the past because it's been an elite defense, not this year though. Looks like you can run on them. Ravens are fairly good, very good at running. So a lot of running clock in this one. I think the Ravens kind of control this game. The Steelers probably stay in there a little bit here. Maybe can make some plays on defense, keep them in the game. Something to monitor TJ Watt on that Rona list. So we'll see if he is able to play. That's obviously a big factor. But I'll take the Ravens. This is an absolute must win for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Absolutely. So it's one of those ones where I kind of can just see it. There's been a lot of those games this year where it doesn't really make too sense, but I can see it, and that upset ends up happening. It's kind of one of those ones, but it's very tough to pick against the Ravens, pick for the Steelers in this game here. I'll take the 49ers over the Seahawks, 26-17. It's another one you can just kind of just see because the Seahawks usually have some success with the 49ers. 49ers are missing star players, Deebo Samuel, Fred Warner. They're due for a loss. Seahawks are due for a win. So you kind of can just see it. But I'm a matchup guy. The matchup says the 49ers all the way right now. The 49ers are back to playing their game. Why are they, what makes their game? Why are they so hot right now? They are dominating the time of possession. They're pounding the football. They're physical as crap, and they are dominating the time of possession. The Seahawks, why are they so bad? They are getting killed in the time of possession. Worst in the league by far. They're going 3 and out. Defenses are giving up third down. They're constantly on the field, so that's probably why. So it's just kind of a mismatch right now. But with Deebo Samuel out, it could change a lot because that's a big part of that offense. It's a big part of the pre-snap adjustments for the defense, so that could change a bit, but it's extremely hard to pick the Seahawks right now, and especially against a team that is, you're pretty confident they're going to dominate them in the time of possession game. So a lot of clock running in this one. It just says 49ers. If the Seahawks won, if I missed the game, I'm not going to miss the game. But if I missed the game and you told me the Seahawks won and I had to guess what happened, what happened? A couple things. Maybe, 49ers missed Deebo Samuel, Garoppolo, turned the ball over. But mainly, the Seahawks kind of changed their game plan. They changed their play calls a little bit because they've been doing a lot of run. There has to be a run on first or second down. It's like a law to them recently. And that's been responsible for a lot of 3 and outs. Also, Russell Wilson missing throws, not being protected, receivers not getting open. So it's not just that. But we saw at the end of the Seattle-Washington game, Seattle actually had a shot, and they had no choice but to go tempo and just to air the ball downfield. No choice. And it worked. They scored easily. So maybe they're like, we better do that because that works. So, and that's really not going to be part of the 49ers defensive game plan. So I actually could see that. So that, that's the one thing to wonder about to give the Seahawks a chance in this game. It's just tough to count on them to do that. And it's tough to count on them to execute fully, too. 49ers defense playing a lot better. The last time they met, 49ers almost felt like they thought they were a pass-first team. Not that they passed a lot. It was pretty even passes and runs. They may even had more runs, but they should have a lot more rushing attempts. So it's just a different feel to the 49ers right now since last time. Same with the Seahawks. A lot worse, 49ers a lot better. So I'll take the 49ers. Matchup says easily 49ers, but watch out for Seattle just going, the hell with it. Let's just air the ball out. Let's just go tempo. It's hard to go no huddle like crazy, though. Russell Wilson, a lot of veterans on that team. It's very, very tiring. So maybe the first drive, maybe somewhere in the fourth quarter. For the Seahawks' sake, I would hope so. Broncos and Chiefs, I got somewhat of a defensive game here, 24-17. You almost want to predict a high-scoring game when it comes to the Chiefs, but you forget that hasn't really been the case this year. They're playing a lot better on defense. They're playing better on offense as well. But the Broncos got a very, very good defense. There's some weeks they slip up a little bit. The same thing with their offense. The Broncos, it seems like when their offense is on, their defense is on, defense, offense. You get my point there. I like the way the Broncos offense played last week against the Chargers. I love the way Teddy Bridgewater played. I like their running backs. Maybe it's just they're too physical. Maybe the Chiefs haven't seen the physicality of the Broncos yet. It's very possible. But I think somewhat of a low-scoring game. I like the defenses in this game. The offenses will have big plays here and there, but I got the Chiefs by 7, 24-17. It's a big game right here. If the Broncos can sneak this one off here, it'll be massive. I'm feeling like playoffs for the Broncos then. I got the Chiefs by 7. Being at home definitely helps. They had the time to prepare for this as well. Teddy probably going to be playing hurt, but he was playing hurt last week when he came back in. He looked pretty damn good. Monday night, I got the Patriots winning this one. They're underdogs. A lot of people have the Bills. Yeah, a must-win for the Bills to take back the AFC East at home, prime time. We know that crowd is going to be – this is going to be the craziest crowd of the season. If you pick one game through the 13 weeks, which game, and this one didn't even happen yet, I'm guaranteeing this is probably going to be the craziest crowd to this point of the 2021 season. So Bills at home, got the energy, that must-win. They got all that. Maybe they're saving a little bit for a game like this. All those reasons I can see the Bills. I'm just a matchup guy, and the matchup says Patriots. And the matchup doesn't always win. You got to see execution within the game. Crazy things happen. Again, Bills could have momentum. But the Patriots, I just don't want to overthink things here because reality is the Bills have been, disappointing. That's because we had Super Bowl hopes for them. So they can still be that team for sure. But and that's what I mean by disappointing. It's not like they're a bad team. But reality is, they've struggled to protect Josh Allen. Josh Allen has struggled under pressure. He's made some poor decisions sometimes. They don't run the ball. They struggle to run the ball. And that's just in the Patriots' ultimate game. That's a big piece of their game is Belichick's game plan. And they're very good at stopping the pass. They're very good at getting pressure straight up, the old-fashioned way. They're good at drawing up some unique things, unique blitzes, to get that pressure. So, I think they're going to beat that offensive line, and they're going to, it's really on Josh Allen because last year when he was under those types of pressures, he got better. He was better in those scenarios. This year, not so much. He's better when he's protected, obviously. So I just think the Patriots defense wins them the game here. I don't think, the Bills defense is very solid. I don't think the Patriots get a whole lot going. I do think the Patriots could have some success running the ball, though. So that's kind of the difference. I love the way the Patriots defense match up with the Bills, and I think they can run on them a bit. So I'll take the Patriots. Being in Buffalo makes it tough. If it was in New England, I'd be very confident, actually. I'd be pretty damn confident. And I think they'd be favored, actually. The Bills are favored with this one. So it's going to be a fun one on Monday night. A lot on the line for the AFC East in this one, so I cannot wait. Some of these primetime games they've been a little wild, but they haven't been a game like this, I feel like, in a bit. So really excited for a lot of these games. We start to kind of get that playoff feel. We're kind of getting close here. So a lot of teams fighting to get in. It's the right time to get hot. We'll see if the team like the Patriots can stay hot. We'll see if the team like the Bills can kind of get out of that funk. It kind of felt like it last week, but it was against the Saints. So we'll see. That's it for my score predictions for this week, week 13. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. We're always talking on Twitter. There's a link down below for that. Recent videos pinned in the comments as well. Like, subscribe, turn notifications on. Be much, much appreciated. That's going to do it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.